The Stevensons started leveling the playing field against the Harrigans in a nascent gang war in episode 7 of the gritty Paramount Plus crime thriller MobLand. After halting the business deal they were pursuing in Antwerp, Belgium, Brendan and Seraphina Harrigan were left without a clear future when a group of gunmen massacred everyone else at the end of episode 6. Even though they survived the initial assault, as shown in episode 7, the gunmen captured them and transported them abroad, which had far more dire consequences. Harry works non-stop to locate Brendan and Seraphina, who are detained in a warehouse controlled by the Mexican cartel, another group that collaborates with the Harrigans and Stevensons in the London drug trade, after they are moved from Antwerp to Amsterdam. Unfortunately, they caught the misbehaving Harrigans on behalf of Richie Stevenson, and a video camera was set up so the Harrigans in the Cotswolds could see them die. Before Seraphina is saved by a mysterious phone call to the cartel's commander, Brendan is brutally slain, leaving Richie perplexed. When Kevin called him on his way to the warehouse where Brendan and Seraphina were being held, he wanted to know how things were going. Harry called Donnie, the mysterious man who had twice shown up at Zosia's garage in earlier episodes, to ask where he was. Donnie connected him with a woman named Kat who answers the phone on a luxury private jet. Although it is apparent due to the short duration of their talk, it seems like they have a past together. MobLand, schedule of upcoming episodes. An episode. Title of episode. Date of release. 8, Helter Skelter. May 18th, Sunday. 9, Beggar's Banquet. May 25th, Sunday. 10, The Beast in Me. June 1st, Sunday. Kat is most likely going to play a significant role soon because of her clear power and capacity to literally ruin Richie's connection with the cartel with a 10-second phone call. She may be a multimillionaire or possibly a very high-ranking government figure, based on the luxury of her private jet, and anyone who serves the cartels should not be taken lightly. She clearly states that Harry owes her a favor that doesn't seem to be in his best interests given the current situation. Much of the episode is devoted to following Harry as he searches for Brendan and Seraphina, which inevitably heightens the action. Harry identifies a Moroccan gang as the kidnappers at the scene and confronts them near the Antwerp docks, where he knows the group operates. After one runs away, Harry follows him on a motorcycle to learn the name and address of his boss. He embarks on a one-man rampage through a Moroccan warehouse drug operation out of the ports, leaving a trail of dead behind him, as Harry normally does. Harry has the opportunity to assist because he launched a grenade at the gang boss, who just. Lopez concurrently depicts his long-standing animosity toward the Harrigans and Richie's now mad desire for vengeance following the murders of his wife and child by having one of his associates ignite a chainsaw and setting up a live feed of the two sitting in their seats. Kat phones Lopez and stops him before Seraphine is slain but Brendan is killed. It is now clear that Maeve has been the rat in the Harrigan criminal organization all along, and the noose is beginning to tighten around her. Conrad almost catches her in episode 7 when she claims that Richie texted her to say he had Brendan and Seraphina, but she gave him the location of both of them instead. She plays coy and complains that Conrad doesn't trust her when he asks her to show him the text before Kevin interrupts them. Maeve is now trying to find a way out, which puts Jan in serious risk. Conrad had been urged by Maeve to believe that Jan was the rat spilling secrets from the Harrigans. He even threatens her about it in her own home in episode 7, where he has Paul follow her to a pub where she is visiting Alice, a DS Fisk informant. Since Paul hears Jan talking about killers and gangsters, and believes she is talking about the Harrigans' business with someone she hardly knows, he worries that Alice is indeed an informant. Since she was aware of Conrad's actions the entire time, Maeve understands that suspicions regarding Jan are already strong. This further supports the idea that Paul is her toady and not Conrad's. It's safe to suppose that Maeve will blame Jan now that she's making an effort to distance herself from being the rat. Jan's fate now seems certain unless Harry can intervene or additional information against Maeve comes to light. Harry might decide to side with Richie and turn against the Harrigans if something were to happen to January at all his scummy glory. Eddie tempts Gina de Souza, 16, who now resides at the manor with him. As they walk together, he complains about his father's unreliability and the loneliness that results. Gina swiftly spots his ruse and refers to it as the mirroring method because he is unaware that she is a psychology student. However, in a reference to Alice and Jan's conversation at the pub earlier in MobLand episode 7, she defies her better judgment and hooks up with the bad boy, Eddie.